Hello, I'm Katie Fenton. I am the English Language Arts Department Head at Lincoln, as well as the 6th grade Lyceum ELA teacher. In our department, we really focus on having really high-level, exciting texts and reading really interesting books, but also books that make us think a lot. We also focus on fiction and nonfiction text, so we get a large range of lots of different novels, as well as short stories and essays and things like that. We personally write a lot of essays, specifically both argumentative and informational essays, as well as essays responding to the literature that we're reading in class. So we also have an incredible library at Lincoln. Our librarians work really hard to update the books in there, as well as our teachers make sure that they have fun, exciting books for students to access in their classrooms. All of our teachers focus on project-based learning and building lots of fun and exciting and hard lessons and projects in their classrooms. Every student that comes into the Lyceum English program at Lincoln is required to do a summer reading project each year, and that's set by the teacher of that class, and it's always a really good chance to dive deep into a piece of literature and write about it and explore it. We have some really cool opportunities that you can take part in if you are a student at Lincoln. We have a program called Battle of the Books, which is a competition team that reads different novels that are set by the district, and then we compete in a trivia style setting to answer questions about those books, and then winners get to take home trophies, which is exciting. And we also have the spelling bee every year. So it is a very awesome opportunity for us to be able to explore English language arts in the classroom and outside of the classroom. We have fun.
Hi, my name is Holly Shima. I'm the 7th grade science Lyceum teacher here at Lincoln Middle School. I am also the science department head for Lincoln, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we do regarding science in the Lyceum program. So all of Alachua County has a typical science program that we call a spiral curriculum, in which students cover a little bit of earth, life, and physical science all in the same year. 6th grade is typically a little bit more heavier in earth science, and our 6th grade is very focused on lab fundamentals, so making sure students understand how to use a microscope, having proper lab procedures, understanding scientific method. When we get to 7th grade, students typically have a better understanding of how middle school works, and I am much more heavily oriented towards doing labs and activities for students to have a better understanding and practice the concepts that they've learned. And 8th grade goes into physical science, and our 8th grade program here in Lyceum is a little bit different than the other counties, as we offer physical science honors as our 8th grade science curriculum. So students do have the ability to earn a high school credit with taking 8th grade science here at Lincoln. We have several other things that we do that kind of has Lincoln stand out. We partner with many different UF programs. So we have a Learn Dialogue program that we've partnered with, in which some of the students will learn how to do coding. We participate with the Scientists in Every School program, and classrooms are assigned individual scientists who come in and work with the students and help show them different fields of science. I also have the students participate in March Mammal Madness, which is a nationwide animal competition every March, and students research and learn about a lot of different animal species. Not only do we like to do a lot of science in the classroom, we also like to take students out of the classroom and go on mini science field trips. 2 of the ones that we consistently go to is for 8th grade. We participate in Physics Day in Busch Gardens, so all the 8th graders are allowed to go to Busch Gardens and study the velocity and the speed and acceleration with all the roller coasters in Busch Gardens while having additional physics presentations. And in 7th grade, we go to Carson Springs to conclude our ecology unit, where we see a lot of the animals that we talk about in person and get to learn more about them. So our main focus for Lyceum Science is trying to make things as hands-on as possible, getting students to actively participate and do the science instead of just reading about it in a textbook.
Good evening, thank you for joining us. My name is Mr. Rude. I am the teacher for the 6th grade Lyceum, Research and Critical Thinking. I get a lot of questions about what is research. Well, research is going to be focusing on learning evidence, claim, source, and explanation, and how we implement that regularly into our writing, as well as how we can understand that when we're reading for information as well, and basically criticize and even judge that information through the use of bias and agenda, and how efficient that evidence is being used as well. This is going to take the place of your students' reading class, because if they're coming into the Lyceum, their reading scores are usually way above the charts, and therefore we want to provide them with something that's more challenging than just continuing on that reading course. We read lots of articles, scientific journals, and even difficult texts like the Odyssey, Allegory of the Cave, throughout our time through this class as well, so it keeps them nice and challenged. Through doing this, we focus through the focus of how do we learn, and looking a lot through history of how humans have learned throughout time. Throughout that process, I like to include projects that synthesize the information at the end to really make it all kind of tie together, so that I know that the students have understood the information, grasp it, and now they've taken what they've learned and created something with it as well. One of our units, we focus on organization and time management, and through that unit we actually have them create a time management plan where they create times and schedules, checklists, and even calendars so that they can appropriately manage their time while also scheduling time for the things that they want to do, so that efficiency can take place as well. Another example would be when we're talking about ethos, pathos, and logos, we discuss the use of how that can be influential on us. So we have them research a behavioral change they want to see in their school. And after learning about the evidence behind that and what they can do, they actually create a public service announcement for their school to help create that behavioral change as well. Throughout all of this, we really try to focus heavily, like I said, on claim, source, evidence, and explanation, and making sure students know how to not just write what they like, but also how to write it in a manner, and they're starting to learn that is evidence-based and actually can be explained as well. After they leave my class with our focus on 6th grade, focus is mostly on how do we learn from human history as we kind of walk through it. But they come to 7th grade, they start to focus a lot more on how do we learn in a more modern research base. They start doing surveys, they start looking at more lab results and things like that, and trying to synthesize that information as well. After 6th and 7th grade research, which are programs that are pretty special to Lincoln Middle School, we move into the option of foreign languages in 8th grade. Now at school we offer Spanish, but they also have the option through our ability to work with other high schools as well, that they can take French and even Latin as well. This hopefully gives them a nice cultural broad view of what's going on in their world throughout history, but also really starts to get them thinking critically about the information that they're receiving as well. As we're going through this, we like to focus on trying to find ways to incorporate what we're doing in our classes into outside activities as well. So we try to toss in some field trips. One of the field trips we like to go on is medieval times. It's a nice little place where they can kind of see culturally how civilizations have changed and how things were treated differently as well, while also getting a chance to have a good meal and watch a good show. But then also we try to do things within the school as well, like our Greco-Roman festival, where we hold our own Olympic events. No gladiators in this one though, where they're actually going to compete and just kind of follow along, learning that kind of culture and how the Greeks of that time learned and also worked with each other as well. So thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Noah Kaufman and welcome to the Lyceum Open House. I'm here to represent the Social Studies Department and to give you a brief overview of what students do in the Lyceum program over the 3 years that they're in the program. In the 6th grade, students take world history with Mr. Ashwell, and they cover prehistory of early man all the way through the Holy Roman Empire. In the 7th grade, they have me for civics, a course of study that is designed by the state to foster civic engagement. And in the 8th grade, the students cover American history. They begin with early exploration and finish with Reconstruction following the Civil War. Students are given projects in these classes. They're asked to engage with complicated primary texts, secondary sources, and they work from a textbook. There are many opportunities for students to engage in group activities because we recognize that in the middle school years, students learn best in social interaction with their peers. And so we, in the social studies department, encourage the students to engage with one another. This will also include engaging with students throughout the campus in civics. We do group projects with students in the major program to foster a sense of community, and well, it's called social studies for a reason, and we believe that kids ought to be socialized to the larger world, and Lincoln is a very special school because it is an accurate representation of America as a whole. It is a microcosm of all people, and it's a wonderful place for kids to learn about current events. In addition to civics, I also teach an elective called Law Studies, and this class is in its infancy this year, but we're learning to channel the student interests into discussions about current events with trials taking place in the news, laws being passed in the legislature, and challenges to those laws in the appellate courts. And so there are opportunities for students to further refine their understanding of the legal system. Thank you for listening. Thanks for joining us this evening, and we hope to see you soon.
Hey there, folks. My name is Mr. Ladd, and I'm a math teacher here in the Lyceum program. I teach Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. Just to give you a little bit of information about the program, when our 6th graders enter into the Lyceum program, we place them in either 6th grade math or 7th grade math or Algebra 1 based on where they are academically. And we do that based on an entrance exams and teacher input. We offer a high level of math classes, and we offer classes that no other middle school offers. We offer Algebra 2, which is not offered at any other middle school, but we do offer it here, and either myself or Mr. Hino teaches it. Another great thing about our program is our students consistently score some of the highest marks in the district. So on the FSAs, on SAT, prep exams, our students score the highest. We have the highest concentration of level 5s in the district. On a personal note, I'm very proud of what occurred last year. Our Algebra 1 students performed very well. Out of 1,700 schools in the state, we had the 8th highest percentage of level 5s out of all the schools in the state, which I thought was very cool, very proud of that. But on top of just learning, algebra and geometry and Algebra 2 and all these things that we go through, one of the things we like to do is we like to teach how, let's say, a complex mathematical concept can apply to the real world. So for example, talk about credit scores, and we talk about how mortgage payments are calculated through sort of a complex equation related to exponential growth, which is one of the things we learn about. And so it's just examples of, hey, here's some mathematical concepts that seem pretty complex, but hey, this stuff actually exists in the real world. On top of that, our math teachers are great. We have myself, Mr. Highnote, and Mr. Henry, and between the three of us, I think we have over 45 years of teaching experience, which is a great thing, and we've all been teaching in Alachua County for a long time. Some other great opportunities that we offer here in the Lyceum program are, we offer the Astronauts Club, which is actually run by Mr. Henry. We offer Math Olympiad, which is also run by Mr. Henry, which is a competitive math team. We also have a robotics club run by Mr. Brown, and they've won, I believe, a couple of state championships, so they've done some really cool things. And a number of my students have been in a number of those clubs and enjoy them. So again, it's another example of not only you learning, the mathematical concepts, but you have a place to apply it to, real life, which is a very cool thing that we offer here in the Lyceum program. Last but not least, I'd like to say that this is my 17th year teaching math. I have a degree in math from the University of Florida, and I've taught around this county at different schools, and I can confidently say that, you know, there's good schools all over the county, but in the Lyceum program, we have the highest concentration of great students, high performing, kind, thoughtful, open-minded, and driven to succeed. And when you have a collection of students that are like-minded in that way, it's an environment that's tough to beat. And I highly recommend your students attend Lyceum program. Hope to see them here.
Hello, my name is Todd Eckstein, and I'm the Department Chair of the Electives here at Lincoln Middle School. I'm also the 2022 Alachua County District Teacher of the Year. I'd like to talk to you about some of the opportunities that your children will have in terms of electives when they come to Lincoln. First, we have our Physical Education Department. It's vibrant and exciting. During the wintertime, they often take ski trips up to the Carolinas. In the springtime, they often go to McPherson Park where they learn swimming techniques. Next, we have art. We have a wide variety of art programs here at Lincoln. The students will learn watercolors, drawing, ceramics, all hosts of things. There is even a digital art gallery that is developed. We also have technology. That includes VEX Robotics. The VEX Robotics team often travels to the national competitions. They also participate in district events. There are many opportunities for technology too, where they will get Microsoft certification training. We have theater. The musical theater allows kids to sing and dance to truly express themselves. If your children enjoy singing, then they'll have opportunities to participate in the all-county choir opportunities. And if they like performing, Ms. Collins knows how to get them involved with professional opportunities with local community playhouses. Finally, there's band. I teach beginning band, intermediate band, and advanced band. I also have the county's only orchestra that meets during the school day. I also have a drum line. So as you can see, there are many opportunities for the kids to get plugged in and a lot of opportunities for them to do what their heart desires. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on the school website, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.
Hello, my name is Krisha Jain and I'm an 8th grader in the Lyceum program at Lincoln Middle. I have been a student here since the 6th grade and I'm proud of the person I've become after coming here. This is in part due to Lincoln's diversity, variation of classes, flexible schedule, and cooperative teachers. To begin with, the Lyceum program is a rigorous academic curriculum and is one of the main things that Lincoln is known for. This program really prepares you for high school and college. When I was in your shoes and I was going to different open houses for middle school a few years ago, I saw that many schools didn't offer such a broad spectrum in the academic field. All of the classes in Lyceum are advanced, and for some of the classes, you earn high school credits. In 6th grade Lyceum, you take Research 1, Math, Science, World History, English Language Arts, and your choice of elective. The same goes for 7th and 8th grade, except in 8th grade, instead of taking a research class, you are given the opportunity to learn a foreign language, such as French at East Side or Spanish here at Lincoln. In 8th grade, you can also become a teacher's aide if you don't want to take an elective in the 2nd semester. I've noticed that many schools don't offer high-level maths, but Lincoln offers math up to Algebra 2 honors. If you are past that, you can take the next math course at Eastside as a 0-period class or on Florida Virtual School. Lincoln is not just an academic-based school. We go on many exciting field trips and have many fun days on campus. One of the highlights of our 8th grade year was our Physics Day field trip to Busch Gardens. Additionally, the teachers are flexible and work with you to make a schedule that's just right for you. If you're in many clubs and extracurriculars, the teachers are very understanding for the most part and ensure that they don't collectively assign an excessive amount of homework. I would say an average of 30 minutes to 1 hour is assigned per night, which is not much compared to other middle schools. I have many friends who maintain A grades in all of the classes, play sports, and have up to 1 to 3 hours of free time per night. Not only that, but if you're absent for any reason, the teachers here are cooperative and will gladly reschedule any exams and will let you make up for any missing work. Furthermore, Lincoln offers many clubs. There is a robotics club where our robotics teams have represented Lincoln at VEX IQ Worlds competitions many times, an art club, math club, astronaut club, science bowl, and many junior varsity sports teams. If you have high expectations for yourself and believe you can accomplish so much, then Lincoln is the place for you.
Hey, I'm Leah Turney and I'm a 7th grader here at Lincoln, and it's absolutely amazing here. I grew up with an older sister telling me how much she hated middle school, and I was so worried. I was like, oh my God, it's gonna happen to me. I have to go through that whole drama middle school kind of thing that happens in movies. But 6th grade was amazing. The teachers were just so funny, and I learned so much about even just myself through 6th grade, and so far in 7th grade, I mean, I've had such a good time. I've made so many friends that I don't think I could have in elementary school or at any different school, and it's been amazing here. And I really want you to come because I want to meet some 6th graders.